Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Absolute DC Comics podcast. It is Friday, and I'm here with Gray. So the song works for that little window of opportunity.
Once a month.
What up, Gray? That's the thing. When I end up doing it on Sunday with Matt, it doesn't really work.
No.
Also, I got to get to it because it usually does come out on Sunday anyway. It doesn't work.
You know, you have
like
to do, Jim. You have to make some more theme tunes for each person who does the reviews with you. Oh, my goodness.
Well,
extra work for Jim.
We'll be doing the Gray AI as we go out, and that's one of Matt's favorites. But at least this week on the regular show, we'll finally be able to unveil our Vertigo song that I ended up making for you. So we'll have that. And I sent you an outro song. Yes. That will end up playing as well for the Bleeding Hearts. It's more of a Sus Records song, but it works out. I was listening to some things.
Is it about zombie sex, Jim?
It is about zombies, but it's not really dirty.
Oh,
actually, it ends up just being a funny, zombie thing. It's My Zombie Lover. It's called. I think it fits the Bleeding Hearts. I want to call it the Bleeding Cool, but that wouldn't.
He's my zombie lover.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's actually. I ended up hiring Billy Ocean to do it, so just so you know. But here we are. We're doing the Absolute stuff, obviously, and we're doing Absolute Batman. This is Absolute Batman number 20.
20.
I'm telling you, I think that Absolute Batman is kind of pushing itself way ahead of the competition. I still really like Wonder Woman, but for a while that was my number one book. But I think Batman is winning out. And again, it's not really because of Batman. It's because of the other cast members, which is odd. And I think it's a play of two books. You ended up having a lot of stuff like that early in the Superman book, but people wanted Superman first. This book, you got Batman. Now they're expanding the stuff and some crazy stuff. And
as you say, Jim, like what Scott Snyder's got right about this is the other characters, not even the background. He's got a great roster of characters, and they're being written really well, aren't they?
Yeah, and this issue, which I heard sold like 350,000, but also, did you hear there was a lot of damaged issues? They have to replace a lot of things. They had problems with the printer, so there's a big thing
I heard
of that
about the covers
apart.
or something. I don't know.
I think it's just because you're going to have the Robins. But boy, that cover, that's a good cover. Again, you have it, but don't really get a lot of the Robins.
No,
they show up at the end.
It's a bit misleading, kind of a shame, isn't it? And I've heard a lot of that in the comments and reviews and stuff. But people still love this issue.
Yeah, I like it. So you end up. Well, I'll give the credits and then we'll go. It's the Straw Man, Scott Snyder writing, Nick Dragotta on art, Frank Martin colors, Tom Napolitano on letters, Sabrina Futch, associate editor, Kitty Kubert, editor, and Chris Conroy, executive editor, and Gray, executive editor. People didn't realize that. You're executive associate editor.
Get some coin from DC.
Yeah, really.
To do these reviews.
DC? Yeah, I think you'd get like 50 cents. That's what you'd get. So we end up starting out, and you have like a double kind of start. You end up where you do have the Joker kind of going that play of the Bat Cave.
It's a weird scene, isn't it, Jim? Because you get the classic Batcave icons. You get the grandfather clock and the staircase behind it. You see the dinosaur. You see the penny, and then you see someone like laughing his tits off throughout it.
Yeah, and then you get to him, and I'm like, okay, he's being fueled by babies.
Oh my god!
Right, and then he's got toenails that points might resemble mine. Tanya yells at me all the time. I'm telling you, of all the things.
If you've been in stasis in space for months or years, Jim, your toenails have grown like this.
The things that I neglect because I just don't pay attention, toenails are one of them. And I really have to be reminded. So
toenails are the ones that I think most people do neglect. It's true.
You don't sit and see them all the time. They're just there. At one point, my kids made the joke pretty good. They called me Edward Scissored Toes.
How many pairs of socks do you go through in a year?
Some socks. I haven't worn socks since high school.
Okay.
I haven't worn underwear since middle school.
Jesus.
There you go.
Commando.
But I wear my heart on my sleeve. That's what I do.
And your potato salad.
Starting that. You start off with the Joker, and it's like, okay. The funny thing with me is that the Joker right here is like, oh shit, I better get to it because this scarecrow in this book is scary as shit. I got to up the ante. he still doesn't win. The Scarecrow.
No, Scarecrow is awesome in this, in the Absolute series, Jim. Again, I love the way he's done. Not only his look, but he's very cool, cold, and calculated.
And you know
he's
what's
dangerous.
weird about it is you have the Joker here, but the Joker is a Bruce Wayne. Remember, the Joker's the guy with all the money.
Yeah.
He's in the Batcave. He's got all those. So he's kind of in the background. And I think that the Scarecrow is a little Joker-esque. Even when we get to him, there are points he even looks almost like Killing Joker at points. And he's like that combo because, boy, he is crazy.
What do you make of this whole Joker, baby's Matrix chair scene? Is he feeding off, the baby's blood, the life force? Is that what's keeping him going?
Yeah, it seems like he's like one of those Hollywood.
Oh my goodness, is Scott Snyder having a little bit of a dig at the supposed, elite conspiracies? One of many. But speaking to Matt Razor here.
Yeah, really. Matt's like, there's 8 drones outside my window. They're going to blast my house. The funny thing, and not funny, but the idea of, when you think, oh, they drink baby fluid, and you kind of don't get a visual, and then you get this visual like, ooh. I hope it's not like that.
Scott Snyder, going full on horror. Because that's how he started. He was starting as a horror writer. Horror comics. Yeah.
So in this, though, you end up where Harley, Pennyworth, they don't know if Bruce is alive or dead.
No, they don't.
They think he might be dead. Also, they think he might have offed himself at a point. And so Pennyworth's kind of yelling like, "Hey, Bruce, where are you?" You also have Barbara Gordon because she has that cow. Remember when Batman dissed her? And she's talking into that, and you do end up seeing Bruce, and he's just not responding.
He's going through the files, isn't he? That Gordon gave him last issue.
There. He's got Gordon's coat, and he's going
deep
through
dive,
that.
Jim. He's trying to connect all the dots. It's not going to end well, do you?
No, it's not.
Don't go down the rabbit hole, whatever you do.
He's also probably reading like me, like he's got to reread 8 pages again.
Thank God it's not backwards.
Yeah,
word magic.
Exactly. What he needs is that white noise. That's what that actually is. I make the joke all the time to Tanya, but I do put the white noise because she's blaring the TV. She's talking to me. I'm trying to read, but I always say I'm putting on white noise. And by that, I mean country music. And I laugh every time. She does not think it's funny. I laugh every time. But he's going through the files.
Country
exactly. That's take that, Alan Jackson. So you end up where Harley goes, I'm breaking in. Because they're right outside.
I love
the deal.
Scene. I'm liking like the Harley and Alfred kind of dynamic here.
Yeah,
they've got a good kind of weird relationship going on.
So I get the idea. I'm starting to not like Alfred.
Oh, really?
I just think that he's getting more and more a bit sus. I think that he showed up to take Batman down at one point.
Yeah, that was his initial mission, supposedly, wasn't it? Yeah, take him out.
I'm worried that at a point he's going to turn. I don't know why, but I like Harley. I don't love her look.
I do.
But
I didn't like her to start with, but I'm liking her more and more each time we see her.
She's got that electrified hammer. And she's like, I'm going to break this down. And Pennyworth goes, the hammer isn't going to do that. She says, yeah, this might. And does.
This is not a simple hammer.
Yeah, it just breaks it down. But that's the thing. They go in and see all the pages and like, oh no, this is trouble.
There's no Bruce, he's gone. There's an open kind of manhole or something in wherever it is, the basement.
Yeah. I like Alfred's just looking down it. So you end up where again it's like Harley sees the bad shit.
Yeah, she sees the things he's been looking through, the clippings, the files.
So what is he gonna do? But then you go and you do jump around, you go to Wayland. Wayland goes to see Riddler.
And Jim, how good is Wayland looking?
He looks good, except his eyes are
fully
still screwed up.
But he's keeping his sunglasses on for a reason, isn't he?
So in that, because he's got reptile eyes, right?
Yeah.
So in this, Matt Razor, you end up having babies being used, and you have reptile guys.
The reptilians!
It's all the conspiracy theories, isn't it? And then you have Riddler, and we're talking the conspiracy of how we're all pretty much the Matrix, and we're being controlled. And we end up, and the big thing is, hey, we're all being controlled. We're all being compromised. All that stuff going on. There's a lot of conspiracy stuff happening. But in the meantime, you end up having
Scott Snyder just got red-pilled recently or something.
Exactly.
Or maybe.
I always get them mixed up. So you end up where Wayland, he's just, out of the sewers. And he's like, hey, let's get the gang back together. Like, what's going on? And they're not getting back together, and they're against Bruce. Again,
Yeah, this is my main criticism of the book. It's like we get a little brief, like a tiny sliver of a look at Harvey and Oz,
like
Penguin and Two-Face.
Stuff.
I wanted more.
That was funny.
I wanted
like more
4 panels of each. Like, come on, what's happening? Like, it's like a little bit of this, and then boom, go, next, next,
boom,
next.
Back. I do like the idea. Like again, Whalen, he was helped by Bruce.
Yeah,
Bruce didn't help the rest of them.
No, he didn't.
Like he should have. So there's no coming back. Like Edward's hooked up straight up to the computer, straight up to the Matrix deal.
He's plugged into the Matrix big time. Yeah,
and he's going insane. You can tell. And in the meantime, you ain't fixing him. You look at Two-Face, you ain't fixing him either.
Did you make what I couldn't make sense of the Two-Face scene? Is like, okay, because of Two-Face's association to Batman, 39 cases have all been freed, like killers, thieves, and stuff.
Yeah,
I didn't get that.
I don't know. Then he ends up where he's flipping what appears to be like one of their poker
it's like
chips.
A casino
instead.
chip or something. Yeah.
Remember they play poker and stuff. Yeah. So I guess it's that. But yeah, and he's like, hey, what's up with... And Whalen says, what's up with Penguin? What's up with Oz? And you show him, and he has this club.
The Oz scene's quite funny, isn't it?
This is funny. Actually funny. When it's like, hey, and it's the Tundra. Or Tundra's actually the DJ, but it's like
DJ
the Iceberg
Tundra.
Lounge. Yeah, in the house. Yo. So he's like, hey, where's everybody? And this guy's assistant's like, yeah, they're not here. They all went to
Cosmos.
To Cosmos.
And he's like,
Cosmos? This sucks. Yeah, Cosmos. And to me, that's like it sounds like a hoagie shop. But he ends up where he's like, we should close down, boss. Hey, boss, we should close down. He's like, close down. It's 10 o'clock. Like, get DJ Tundra to blast some tunes here. He's like, yeah, he went down to Cosmos.
He went to Cosmos too.
So again, you feel bad for him, but he goes, oh, well, then let's go to Cosmos. We might as well. And by the way, get me the C4. I'm like, oh, there's
get
trouble.
me dancing shoes, the bright shiny ones,
that was a pretty good
the
deal.
C4.
Yeah, that was a pretty good scene, but the Two-Face stuff, you don't get enough.
No, it's weird.
And Edward's just talking his nonsense. You get that. But then we go to the then, and we see, again, this is that.
What do you think about these flashbacks? Are they necessary? Because it's like, we get these 2 single-page flashbacks in this issue, don't we?
This one, it's just when he got arrested, where we got him like, okay, whatever. And
is he with Falcone? He's got to work off his debt against.
Yeah, he's working off the debt. But again, he's
Falcone?
Like, I want you to go into prison. That's the weird thing is usually the bad guys, they're already running the prison. But yet Falcone's like, hey, you go in and see what's going on in there. And
you got to be my guy on the inside.
Yeah, so he's going to go in. Then we go to the now where Batman breaks in. Again,
it's great.
You might say, okay, when he was there.
Through the sky, Jim, across, over like the night.
It's cool.
Gotham at night. He lands on the prison walls. Like, as you say, he breaks in high up to the prison.
He goes into the vent. And if Teenie Howard was here, he'd have to push the cat aside who's delivering ramen.
Where's me ramen?
He goes in, and then he goes to see Joe Chill. Now, Bruce has been going to see Joe Chill, but getting nothing from him. So Batman comes in and says, hey, I'm here because Bruce told me. I'm sitting there, and Joe Chill's like, listen, and you might think I'm dumb, but there's only there's only one 9'3" guy here. I think you're Batman. But you end up where he goes in and says,
you, Bruce, what are you doing in Batman's costume? That's what he should say.
That's what he should say. But he goes in and he's like, hey, you know what happened. Also, at this point, Bruce has read the file. So he knows that this stuff. And I said when we did it, I think there's going to be the whole controversy of, hey, this whole thing of his dad getting killed was set up. But it's even worse. Like, when you do get to it, it's the idea.
Jim, you get the impression that Joe Chill, he like legitimately doesn't know. He's like, well, what are you talking about?
I think he knows a little bit, but only the part that he needed to know.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how it works.
But again, he's not telling him shit. But when he's talking to him, even then, like Batman grabs him by the neck with the cape. And that's kind of a little foreshadowing what's really going to happen because you end up having a cellmate for Joe Chill suddenly, and it's Scarecrow.
It's a crazy scene. He appears like by lighting one of his dodgy fear toxin cigarettes. So does that mean he was in the cell? Is he his cellmate, or did he just manifest? I
don't know.
There?
I mean, he might just be there, but
he just kind of
I don't know.
Broke in as well.
But it's crazy. Because then
Scarecrow.
He's like, you killed Jim Gordon because he realized, remember Scarecrow
Me?
waved
I heard
to him?
It was you, Batman. That's a great dialogue.
Good.
This whole scene with Scarecrow is awesome.
It's great. And so the way it is, it's like, it's horror. It's done right.
Yeah,
again, there's problems. A lot of times, Eric would say, a lot of times horror and tension. In a movie, you have that music going, and that really does help out. Like in a horror movie and things like that, you don't have that. So you really have to work on it. So what happens is Scarecrow comes over and starts talking to Batman. Well, each panel, you see, because that's the thing. At this point, Joe Chill's getting on his bunk while he says, hey, hey, Joe, you go stand over there. I want to talk to this Batman.
Go and make your bed, Joe.
Yeah.
After, exhaling smoke all over him. So he's doing that. He's controlling him somehow. Yeah.
So when Batman and Scarecrow start talking, he ends up and again, that's where Scarecrow's kind of like, I'll tell you what the hell happened. What happened is your mother and the Court of the Owls, and this is bad stuff. And Batman's read the files. He knows that a lot of this must be true. He tries to grab Scarecrow. Scarecrow has one of the butterfly knives. I got the impression
that he didn't know about this. It's the first he said, because he freaks out. He's like, shut up, you liar.
That. But remember when he looked, the first thing we saw last issue, when he opened up, and the Court of the Owls was like the thing that he saw at first. So I don't know. Maybe he just knows about the Court of the Owls. But now it verifies his mom's in. But again, he gets mad. He tries to attack him. But
so he's just denying it, basically. Yeah, he's trying to deny it, isn't he?
Scarecrow gets that butterfly knife out, and I'm telling you, I hate those things.
Oh my God.
One buddy Hannah, he's always sitting around flipping and flapping that thing.
Flipping and flapping it, and he stabs Batman in the arm.
You can't get a butterfly knife and not flip and flap it around. It annoys me.
That's what they're for, isn't it?
I guess. I mean, but he stabs him with it. And then I thought, okay, you're setting up that Scarecrow's going to stab Joe Chill. He has a knife. It gets worse. Also, when the crows show up in the cell, there's problems. Because then you see Joe Chill, and this is where it's really bad. As the talking goes, you just see Joe Chill just casually making a noose, putting it around his head. And it's not as like if Scarecrow went over and slashed Joe Chill in the neck, you'd be like, okay, look at him. But this is bad because
this is worse
Batman's
he's
trying to stop him.
Yeah.
And he can't. And he's being manipulated. The crows are flying around. And he hangs himself.
He's basically getting Joe Chill. Scarecrow's getting Joe Chill to hang himself. And as you say, Batman tries to save him, to stop him by, throwing his cape in.
Yeah.
One of his
Doesn't
talons.
work.
Doesn't work because Scarecrow just cuts it with that butterfly knife.
And then Batman just goes nuts and ends up saying, I'll tear you apart. I'm going to take you down. And and then Scarecrow's, that's my cue. I'm getting out of here.
This whole time, Scarecrow, he's so cool and calm and collected, isn't he, this whole way through?
Crazy.
It's a lot of dialogue, and I got to say, sometimes it's a bit like, okay, I'm not sure about the end of it. This whole big reveal about, you were just a joke. I don't know really how that works, Jim. And about you?
And it's okay. It was a little wordy, but again, it kind of verifies the idea that this whole thing was his dad getting killed. It was set up, and and Bruce even
he's saying he's been working with Grim and I. We thought it'd be funny. What's the natural prey of an owl? Bruce. That's right, a bat.
A bat.
So he knows that Bruce is Batman.
Oh yeah,
he's
even
been calling him Bruce the whole time, hasn't he? Yeah.
And the other thing about it is now there's Batman and the idea. He won that contest with that stupid bridge. Nobody even remembers that part, but he ended up winning that. That got them to go to the zoo. And remember, there was the whole all the attack and that thing going on. It was pushed to have Bruce go into the Bat exhibit.
Yeah.
And then now he's Batman. So, I mean, really, it's showing you overall that he's Batman because of them. And I think that's really throwing him. The idea.
Did they create him? Or are they just trying to mess with his head to make him think they did it? They created him.
I think that here's the play in my mind. The Court of the Owls in the regular continuity was set up to make Dick Grayson the Talon. And then when his parents died and Batman grabbed him, that kind of ruined it. I think this is the same kind of way of the idea that these guys, they ended up creating the Batman because they wanted to have him take down the Court of the Owls. Like they're saying, but things kind of went weird. And also he kind of tells Batman that his mom's dead. He's like, yeah, she went back to the Court of the Owls and that didn't go well. Remember, we saw the gun pointing at her, and then we didn't see her die. We just saw off deals we'll have to see. But the guard then, when Scarecrow leaves, also Joe Chill's dead, and Batman has to jump out of the whole play here. So that's pretty crazy. So then you go and we get the movie Stand By Me, because they used to call him Bruce. Now they call him the Batman, because they end up where you end up. It's kind of, this is kind of hokey. You know, the idea when Bruce gets out of jail, you end up having Falcone. The second flashback. He's like, hey, now you're going to work for me. You graduated to the Bat. You're now the Batman, because they give him a bat. I'm like, yeah, that's a little bit too, but I want.
It's a bit forced there.
It's a little forced, right? I want to. They used to call me Crazy Joe. Now they call me the Batman from the Stand By Me movie.
I'm not some enforcer.
And he's like
Batman though, with this
it
baseball
is true. When he says, I'm not going to hurt anybody, I'm not an enforcer, he's like, you're never going to have to use that bat. You're so fucking
look at the size of your son.
There's nobody going to do it, but he ends up, well, whatever. So you go from there. Then you go to the present. And this is him trying to escape from the prison.
Out of the jail,
And suddenly the Robins show up. And boy, this must be Dick Grayson, because that is a big dick.
I was going to ask you, Jim, is that meant to be Dick? Because it's bloody huge.
Yeah, he's huge.
He's in a massive mess.
And he's got some balls, but it is humongous. That is straight up Voltron, or I said like Johnny Sacco. It's Bruce, and it plays well because everything Bruce and Batman is huge. Right?
Yeah.
He is so small.
Tiny.
And then I'm like,
to this.
I even said before, like, why all those pouches? It's a mecha.
I haven't seen the movie yet, but you know, like, is it Pacific Rim with these like giant mecha things? It's that, isn't it? It reminds me of that or something.
I never saw that either. I don't watch many
some
movies.
Of the scenes.
Yeah.
Movies, yeah.
I hear it's pretty good. Wasn't there a sequel? Like Pacific Rim
terrible.
2 Electric Boogaloo? Isn't that what it was called?
Watch your rim too. Yeah,
exactly. So you end up, that's actually Pacific Rim Job. You end up where when they're doing this huge Dick Grayson there, and then you even get the play of like, oh, I think that other guy's Jason. Then you get some of the others.
He's definitely Jason because he's crazed. Look at him when he's R2 Robinson, open fire. He's going for it. Watch it, Jason.
And then you have Tim Drake, who still feels like Damien. Even just looking at him, but they're like, okay, we got the Batman. We're shooting at him. I think we got him, and
we get a reference to Duke and Steph as well.
Oh yeah, it's cool.
At the end here,
you also had at one point where when they did deploy the Robins, they're talking on the news about the idea. Oh, all of these kids have gone through some tragedy, so they're keeping that, but there's no Batman to take them. So they've been grabbed by Deathstroke.
Also, all of Gotham, Jim, each of the Gothamites of Gotham City, they've all have their favorites.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'm thinking,
they have their favorites.
We've hardly seen the Robins, we've not seen anything of them really, but people love them already.
Dick Grayson, that thing is huge. Like, holy moly. And also has Buzz Lightyear wings. So, that's kind of cool.
It does.
There is no sign of intelligence anywhere around. But yeah, so they're going to take down Batman. And Batman's going to have to fight him. And he's got the
Finally, we get the cover at the end of the issue.
It's crazy.
It's a cover. It's a confrontation with Batman.
It is kind of disappointing,
I love
the
way he removes his axe from his chest plate. It's like walking up to them.
He's going to ask them a question.
He is. Oh, look at you.
It is a little disappointing that they're just at the end, though, I thought. But you do get that news report. But again,
it's still a great issue.
I think eventually they're going to realize what's going on and kind of go with the Bat and the Bat family. But we'll see. We'll see what's happening. But it's pretty crazy. There's Steph there. She ain't done shit. But yeah, we'll see.
I want to see more Steph, Jim.
Jason seems to want to just like shoot missiles and stuff. And Tim Drake is pretty much deranged. Like he really is going to town, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see if they do end up. I'm assuming usually what happens in this book, Nick Dragotta is going to fall behind. So let's do an origin. I guess we're probably going to get a Robin origin story.
Yeah.
And I would like to see that. I hope we don't get an individual issue for each of them. That's too much, but I'd kind of like to see their background.
Because Jim, we've completely missed, haven't we? Like we've had a little bit of setup of Dick Grayson, who was basically
an EMT.
Was he a male? Yeah, EMT or nurse or EMT. Yep. So, and then since then we had nothing, and suddenly he's one of the Robins. The Robin Initiative.
And that actually shocked me. But again,
so how did we get here? Yeah.
Here's the thing about this too: is when you see this, you kind of forget the idea. These Robins think they're doing the right thing. They're helping the authorities to take down a vigilante. they seem to be a little crazed. I mean, I'm telling you, Tim Drake just wanted to get somewhere where he can fire guns. But in the meantime, you just have things going on that I do think, they think they're in the right. I don't think they're bad guys. But we'll see.
Well, no, going back to the beginning of the issue, he had that interview on TV with Mayor Hill. He was saying, the reason they're so popular is basically they're the opposite of the Batman.
Yeah.
So Batman in this universe, he's being played out, is a crazed madman, isn't he?
Hill says they're not like Batman because they all face tragedy that made them want to become Robins.
Yeah.
They don't know that that's how Batman ended
that's
up
right.
because of his, you know what I mean? So
even
they're
though
really
it's Bruce Wayne, who's like 7 feet.
Yeah,
tall.
Exactly. So
the same size as the Batman.
This universe might have facial recognition. You don't even need that. You just need to say there's one guy who's 9 foot 3.
The size of that guy.
There's only one other person who's quite that big, and it's Wonder Woman. She ain't Batman.
Yeah. Right? Oh my God, Wonder Woman.
Batman, when he takes that axe off, I don't see boobies. So there's one other person with Bruce Wayne. It's so ridiculous. But again, these Robins might find out like Batman's history and what happened, and so that you would.
What do you think of the whole kind of not quite Power Rangers, but like to say like Zolt, is it Voltron or even Battle of the Planets, G-Force, remember that kind of vibe to it?
It looks more again. Are we going to have a play where they end up combining into a Megazord?
Oh my God!
Or that Battle of the Fiery Phoenix?
Insane!
I love that.
Huge! That was awesome when it used to morph into the Phoenix.
Yeah. Oh, I loved it. Every episode. Like
Gotcha,
I actually, as a kid, I really did at one point smartened up and like, why don't you just become the Fiery Phoenix at the beginning and just take everything
right
out?
At the start, yeah.
You always do that at the end. But I do like those things, so it's cool. But again, you don't have enough of them yet. We have to see what's happening. And I think it's kind of a neat setup. But again, it's a good issue. It's not as last issue was crazy.
Yeah,
and it was so good. This one isn't as good. You said there's some flashback. You kind of the Batman that's a little eye rolling, but most of it's pretty good. And the Scarecrow stuff's good, but it does go on a bit and it's very dialogue heavy, but it's still really good. So I still think it's a good issue. But what would you give it?
It's a great issue. And as you were saying, like, I enjoyed the Scarecrow in this because we got more of him, we got more kind of fleshed out. You get a feeling of his character. He feels dangerous, doesn't he, compared to the Scarecrow in the normal universe.
Again, when you see
him, he's manipulative, he's deadly.
And it's not like you're like, oh man, Bruce could beat him up because that's not his thing. You know what I mean?
No.
He's able to do things and screw with Bruce.
Control people, mess with people's heads, with his like
crazy
his fear and toxin, which I think is through the cigarettes he's smoking. But
yeah. He's got the wacky tobacco. But
as I say, the little criticism, like you said, Jim, like I wanted more of of Harvey and Oz, a bit more of them. That's all. It just felt like a little bit, that was very rushed, that part. But still, it's a cracker. It's an awesome issue. I'm going to go 9. I'm a strong 9 out of 10.
I think we went like 9.5 or higher last issue.
We were high.
Hopefully we did because I'm giving this
not as high as Matt Razor, but we were high last issue.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Matt Razor's high every night. He needs it to go to bed. He's like, you should get the edibles. I'm like, yeah.
I'm just jealous, Matt. I'm only having a laugh.
My edibles are like a pulled pork sandwich, and then the next edible is like a Rice Krispie treat. It's not quite his edibles.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's good stuff. But in fact, after we're done here, I'm going to run upstairs, make a pulled pork sandwich, and then read some books because I got to record for this week with me and Triple B coming up in a couple minutes. So we'll do that, but we'll get out of here. So we're both 9s. It's really good.
It's
Scott
great.
Snyder is up for an Eisner. I think he wins. If Dennis Camp does, I give up. But I think Absolute Batman is just, it's the book. It's the big
Jim.
hype.
My kind of half criticism, is like there's almost too much crammed in, but at least that gives you an excuse or a reason to reread it. This can take 2 or 3 reads, and you're getting like proper value for money with this.
Yeah, and if you bought it, you might get to do that because the first copy's damaged. Then they're going to send you another. Just keep reading it. And also, I see some things. I've even said it. You can go a little over the top, but it really has reignited some stuff with comics. I'm not going to say fully it saved comics.
No,
it might have.
It's got people back into comic book stores.
Yeah, and it's tough. And me and you know how tough that is because, we see the stats and things like that.
We do.
It's selfishly, we want more people. get into comics, but we'll see. Hopefully, he wins the Eisner. I think that of the people that are up for it, he deserves. I don't know about Stephanie Williams being up for it for like Street Sharks.
Oh, you know who's going to win, don't you? You know who the people's favorite is. Or she said, the critics' favorite. It's absolute Martian nonsense.
I'm going to jump off a bridge. What I'll do.
That's going to win, man. I tell you.
I don't think it. You almost think it will, but I think that Absolute Batman's too big. It's just so big. But again,
it's almost too mainstream. It's the mainstream side of it. You know, they don't go for the mainstream choices, do they? The people's choices. If Dennis Camp
wins, it's the worst win since Jethro Tull won for Heavy Metal Band of the Year at the Grammys and beat up Metallica. It'll be that. It'll be worse than that.
Stop standing on one leg and blowing your bloody flute, for God's sake.
Yeah, exactly. So
what was it called? Was it Ian Anderson?
Ian Anderson. He said with that with the stupid flute in his beard. He looked like, I'm telling you, half the guys in Jethro Tull look like Alan Moore. Those guys were not good looking.
Come on,
they were not
have a word.
I'm telling you, he's dancing it up. It's Celtic music. And I'm thick as a brick. Metallica's like, we got to get the flute in here. And then Lars went and played his skin flute. That's what happened. And then they ended up winning then.
Oh, Jesus.
Lars is but he's got to tune his drums at some point. Sometimes guy sounds like he's playing a wet paper bag all the time. But a lot of people hate Lars. I like Lars. There you go.
By the way, Jim, before we finish, we get a preview of Absolute Green Arrow at the end of the Absolute Batman issue.
I've avoided it.
What do you think of it?
I think, here's the thing. I looked at the art and I'm like, man, that looks pretty cool. Art. And then I looked at Raphael Albuquerque. I used to really like him.
Yeah.
He's fallen up. This looks good. Looks crazy.
It does look good. It looks weird. It looks like almost like Scott Snyder, Absolute Batman horror levels of horror in this.
I looked at that second page. I'm like, what's Gray doing in the issue?
Me? Are you saying I'm melting? I've got a melting face.
That looks like me in high school before I took
Jesus.
I forget what it was. I took some shit that dried out my skin and then later found out that I could have sued because it caused like tons of problems. But worked for me. Got rid of my pizza face. Now I have to cough.
What was it? I used to see that advertised in the back of comic book issues. Like, what was a cure for pizza face acne, Jim? I can't remember it.
I'm telling. Well, Clearasil was one of the things.
That was one of them, wasn't it? Yeah.
This was like a pill that I had to get.
Bleach your zits with Clearasil.
Yeah, this was a crazy
Melt
thing.
Your face,
it
baby.
dried up my skin like a zombie, but then it worked. I got rid of my shit. Though I still, my lip would, because I would play hockey at the time. I did it in the winter, so I'd be playing hockey. And so my lip was constantly bleeding and split from this medicine.
Oh, God, yeah, from the
and
cold
now
and dry.
At this point, it's like that. It's scarred like that. So I have a really weird lower lip. Yeah, but imagine you're taking the shit that dries you out like a piece of wood. It's crazy. But then what happened then in the summer, well, Jimmy boy, he came out of a shell. I didn't have the pizza face. The problem is, I was already in my shell. I had to wait till I got to college. Then I came.
You're saying you were Olivia John in Greece, weren't you? Like, look at me, all dressed up in hot leather, baby.
I ended up like, what's happening, stud? They're like, why are you talking to that dude? I'm like, because it's Danny Zuko. The guy's hot.
Danny Zuko,
guy has the Grease lightning, for crying out loud. That thing's a pussy wagon. That is in the lyrics of the song.
I reckon no one else knows what we're talking about, Jim. It's just me and you because we're old.
Grease Lightning is a really dirty song. If you listen to it, oh my God, it's worse than anything I've ever read. But that's it. We're getting out of here. I got to go read and eat a sandwich. So we're going to end with your deal. So thanks, everybody. We'll see Gray in a month, even though maybe I can convince you to do Absolute Green Arrow. You seem to be into it. So maybe we will. We have Porn Sack Pinochet on it.
Let's do it.
I mean, you're always in for a porn sack.
I'm also for some more porn.
I'm actually, Porn Sack is another one that, I don't know. I always think I'm a fan, but I think I'm more of a fan of laughing at the name. And I'll have to see.
I don't really know that much of what he's done. I know the name, because it's a memorable name, isn't it?
I just remember that I always say, man, I like Porn Sack Pinochet. And then when I go and look at the books, I'm like, I'm not that much of a fan.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I think I'm just a fan of the deal. Now, again, in this book, remember, peoples, Oliver's dead. And so I thought that this series was going to be, this will be a back thing. And no. This is where there's some new Green Arrow and he's killing people. And they're trying to figure out who it is. It seems that this is based on. So we'll have to see. Seems pretty cool. I think it's Roy, but that seems right on the money. But we'll have to see how it is. But that'll be cool. And then we have a Catwoman deal coming up, so they're expanding. Hopefully we'll like this a little more than, say, an Absolute Martian Manhunter, which ends anyway next month.
Or Absolute Green Lantern.
Like the Flash or Green Lantern. Flash, I tried, but it was just boring. But eventually they'll come together. We have that event coming up. So with that, though, we'll get out of here. We'll play your song. Matt loves the song. He always tells me. So we'll play that, and then again, we'll be back next week.
This one goes out to Matt Razor.
This goes out to Matt Razor and all his drones.
感動して感謝しました本当に大好きです私は普通の男ではありません私はもう本性の愛です私にからかわないでくださいそうしないとあなたは消えてしまいます私は普通の男ですでも私はあなたを殺しますだからそのまま受け取って